Because there was no Annie.
I don't remember the boxing ring part. I remember them like it being in like a suburb or something like that.
Yeah, but they were at one point they were in a boxing ring.
I believe you. I just don't remember it. It's a long
Right.
time ago, man. The song was what was this, like 99?
At least, yeah.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
Is this
know why I
the
played it, though?
only? Is this the only cover of Michael Jackson you've ever heard? Like you've heard some other ones, but I'm talking about recorded.
One that's actually like good.
Or just like in general, I don't know of any other songs. There's two people that there's not many covers of their music. One's Michael Jackson, the other one's Prince.
You might be right about that. Hey, we're giving you a chance to win 2 tickets and a parking pass to see the Dolphins play the Browns on November 13th. Leroy's going to be there. All you have to do is text the keyword offense to 20357. That's offense to 20357. If your name is picked, you win. Standard data message rates apply. Please don't text and drive. That's brought to you by Dade County Federal Credit Union, the official credit union of the Miami Dolphins. Go to finscu.com today. Before we get to the news of yesterday, which broke really right after our show, give us a weather update.
We keep missing it.
Right? Well, we had the Steve Nash news yesterday. That was cool. I mean, it wasn't local, but it was definitely big news yesterday.
Yeah.
But let's get a weather update here. Leroy from the DeBesman Dover Law Firm. Your accidentattorneys.com. Free consultations 24/7. Call 866-954-MORE.
I got to tell you, yesterday it was a little cloudy, and I thought those clouds were going to build. By the time I got off work and went on my walk, it wasn't a damn cloud in the sky. It was no cloud. So I'm looking right now out of the window plex. Got a little bit of clouds, nothing special. Winds blowing out of the southeast. I would say about, give it a good 10 miles an hour. And I'm guessing it's probably about 80 degrees. But it's a nice day. Nice day for this time of year.
How did you do, Marcos?
Wind out of the east, 10 miles per hour, like you said, 83 degrees, small chance of rain later.
Golfer.
Look at that.
Golfer, dude.
He's a golfer.
This guy's good.
I kind of wanted to ask Kyle Lowry last night. I was like, hey, do you have superpowers to tell the weather?
What if he just broke out into a weather report? Like, yes, indubitably, actually.
All right. You know, it's funny you mentioned Michael Jackson because my favorite Michael Jackson song is this. Captain Chris Grier, turns out he's sharpening the harpoons because all this dude does is get orca after orca after orca, Leroy.
You know why? F them picks.
F them picks, dude. F them. You know what the G stands for in Chris Grier?
What?
Grapefruits, dude. Because this team and this franchise got a lot of them. McDaniel, grapefruits. Tua Tagovailoa, grapefruits. Chris Grier, grapefruits. And you want to know what else the G stands for?
What?
Goosies galore! All in, dude. I love it. I love it. Dolphins traded a first-round pick yesterday for Bradley Chubb. Oh.
And then they had to ink him on the deal, right?
I don't know if that's official yet.
I think they did.
Did they? I didn't see that part. I think that I assume that's the assumption. You're not trading for a free agent, giving up a first round pick if you can't get that done.
Right.
I
love
it, dude.
I didn't see it coming, but then when you think about it, the Dolphins and the Browns have two opposite problems, right? Sometimes the Browns can't get pressure up the middle because, and then there are two guys just banging each other. And Clowney and Myles Garrett. And the Dolphins have inside pressure, but they don't have that dog on the corner. You know what I mean? That can finish it off. So big move for them. Big move. Also, here's the funniest thing to me. On the sneak tip, they went and got a running back from San Francisco that is now the leading rusher.
Yep.
Right?
Well, he started most of the season in
No, I'm just saying. He is the lead rusher on this team now.
McCochin's getting his crew back. He's getting his band back together. His backfield band.
I thought that they would maybe kick the tires on Nick Chubb.
On Nick Chubb?
I mean on Kareem Hunt.
Maybe they did. But you want to know something? I think that this was kind of my question yesterday. I know you said that it's running back. It shouldn't be that big an issue. But, they brought in Chase Edmonds, and he stinks. And gone now, by the way.
Right. Denver.
But he brings in a guy, Jeff Wilson, who he obviously loves. I mean, I was reading some of the quotes from him yesterday about his time with him in San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
Guy's a dog. Obviously, was he averaging 5 yards a carry so far this year?
Right.
So, it's him and Mostert back together. The San Fran band.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know what I love about it, dude? Here's what I love. They usually say you don't make moves like this unless you're sure you're a contender. And it's cool. I see the Bills. They were in on everything, Kamara and all these maneuvers. But, does it really take a lot of guts? The Bills, the Chiefs, they were there right then at the end last year. They know they're good. I think it takes some real stones for the Dolphins and Chris Grier to say, you want to know something? I got faith in my build. I got faith in my roster. We did the picks thing. That was cute. Guess what? All chips to the table. Let's go. How do you not love that? As a fan base, as a franchise, I mean, that's tremendous. That's what gave me the goosies yesterday, is Chris Grier basically saying, I got this thing done. We put this offense together. It's unstoppable. We need a little bit of pressure from this defense. We got a banged up secondary. Let's go. Let's make the move now. Not tomorrow, not next season when people think we're closer, because you never know when closer is, Leroy. You never know. When one door shuts, a window opens, and maybe that window is the Dolphins Super Bowl window. You ever think of that?
That's not how that saying goes, you jackass.
That's how that saying goes, dude.
It goes when one door closes, another door opens. Nobody goes to the window.
Pretty sure it's a window, dude.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I think so.
I think it's a window.
From the window.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
So the sweat drips down. Chris Grier's footballs.
Wow.
So here's the deal. We all know that the owner is willing to do anything.
Correct.
He will spend whatever it takes. We've had questions in the past, as recent as the Tua draft, when people start questioning his decisions because Tua wasn't healthy. And now it's kind of all coming together, and they're stepping on the gas because they got to feel that, hey, we got a chance to do something here.
Yeah.
And I would say this, that I hope Chris Grier got those receipts, because every time something went wrong the last couple of years, the first person they went to is Chris Grier.
I think after he made the Tyreek Hill trade, because he talked about that at his press conference in the summer, is he said his kids, he's not on Twitter, but he says his kids keep the Twitter receipts, and they showed him the F them picks meme.
But here's the deal. The Tyreek Hill signing or trade would have not meant anything if you didn't believe that Tua could be your guy.
Mm-hmm.
And so from that standpoint, the organization never wavered on Tua. And that's the incredible part about this, is that would the Dolphins be as successful with a different quarterback? We've seen it. No.
But I think the thing that's different about that is, yes, it's nice to give Tua all the weapons for success and to hope, but you don't really yet. No, you and I have been Tua guys. We've never been rats off a ship on him, but you don't quite know until you know, and all the improvement that he made and how is he going to take to the offense, and it's just worked tremendously. I think the thing that this says to me that's impressive, it's one thing to put your young quarterback and give him the tools to succeed. Now that you've seen a hint of that success, to then say, okay, well, I don't even think this is just a cute little success story. I think we can contend.
Right.
I think that's what that's the thing that impresses me about it.
And the other thing you have to realize is this is not for just this year. Right? This is
he's
not
young.
just
He's
for this,
26.
right. This is, you got a lot of talent that signed up for 3-4 years.
Well, I think also part of it has to, we have to be real about it. Like part of it has to do with like Agba's not been that impressive this year.
Right,
and they did pay him.
Yeah. But I would say, maybe it's because there is no pressure outside and they're kind of just stopping the rush up the middle. You see what I mean? The Dolphins have done an incredible job of changing it up a little bit at times, bringing guys off the slot. You ever notice? It seems like whenever they bring pressure off the corner or off the slot, they always seem to get there because I think, teams are going into this saying they're not really going to get us from the outside. Let's just lock up the inside, give our quarterback a chance to step up.
Well, yeah, and I'm no football guru like Mike McDaniel, but they with them having to scheme up a bunch of their stuff with their blitz from the secondary, they lose one of their best weapons in Brandon Jones in that, right? And
right.
So you got to find a way again to generate some kind of pressure. And
right.
this is that. Like that's the thing that I love about it.
It's one thing. I mean, when you see it's amazing. When you see the injury list that they put on the screen before every game, it's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, from week to week, you got 5-10 guys.
Yep.
And so for them to still be able to compete every week says a lot about the depth they have. But I know y'all don't want to hear this. Says a lot about the way Mike McDaniel and Chris Grier put this team together.
Yeah, and
that you've lost 2 defensive backs.
Yep.
And you're still winning games and not getting torched in the secondary.
Right.
So this doesn't bode well for Byron Jones, but but yeah.
I mean,
like,
yeah, it's I
don't want banged up. It's been and I will tell you this. The one guy on defense this team cannot lose is Javon Holland.
No.
He makes up for so much that is done on that defense or where they lack defensively because he can cover so much ground and he can do so many different things. So that's the other thing. I mean, look.
Tobin and Leroy taking you up until 2:00. Chris Grier, big onions. Owning the trade deadline yesterday, dude. Love it. All in. Goosies. I bit it all. Teddy KJB. Why are you looking at me like that? You don't remember that, dude? Rounders?
Yes.
Splashes the pot. I bit it all. That's Chris Grier.
Is that the same one from Pay that man his money?
Same guy. Yes.
Yeah.
That is, pay him. That's what he's going to have to do to Bradley Chubb.
I thought they already said they worked it out.
I haven't seen that, but I would assume that it's, I'm pretty sure this is one of those wink things. Like,
I wonder if he's related to Nick Chubb.
He is. He's cousins. They're cousins.
Okay. Also, they're going to play against each other.
They will. Yes, they will.
Wow.
Chubba-dub-dub. What problem?
That was good.
Marcus.
Double. No. All right.
-1.
Double Chubble.
All right. Now you're pushing it.
-1.
Let's give you some headlines here brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
So, yeah, the Dolphins yesterday, they trade for Bradley Chubb. First-round pick happened right about as we went off the air. Are you more excited about getting Bradley Chubb, Marcos, or more excited that Chase Edmonds is gone?
Oh, man, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm really excited that Chase Edmonds is gone.
Man, I mean, he could not. That was a short-lived era. He could not catch.
I was.
And I don't know what that is because he was known as a guy.
I know.
So taken back by this, bro.
I was very taken back.
Sometimes you get in that rut.
But, yeah,
hey, we were watching film one time, and Robert was catching a swing pass, and his hands were like this. And we just kept running the film back. And coach is like, hey, what are we trying to get done here?
What's going on there, guy? I don't understand what you
Some
have.
people
what
just
you're doing
can't.
here.
The thing is that the thing that makes it awkward is people don't realize how coordinated you have to be to continue running at the speed you're running while catching football, because some receivers who run really, really fast, they don't run smooth enough and the ball bobbles. Like when you run, the ball bobbles. So sometimes you just lose track of the ball. But yeah, he just looked like wow. I was baffled.
ESPN writes, Dolphins have pressured the opposing quarterback on 22% of their dropbacks this season. That's the fourth lowest rate in the NFL, according to ESPN stats and info. Miami has 15 sacks in 8 games. That ranks 21st in the NFL. Chubb has 5.5 sacks, tied for the team lead, and 26 in his career in 49 games with the Broncos. So he gets after the quarterback.
Question, you have the list of sacks?
For all teams?
Yeah.
Let me look.
Because I'm just curious. If you add that 5.5, where does that put the Dolphins?
All right. Good question. Hold on. Defense. Say some things, Leroy.
Huh? What do you want me to say?
I don't know.
Roquan Smith, who just got traded, leads in tackles. That's impressive. Crazy how you can lead in tackles and get traded.
Because it's not about – see, here's the biggest mistake I made in football. I always thought that if I could play and I could contribute, that I would always be with the Browns. But just, you play with your team until you can't play anymore. And then which case you then try to either suck it out somewhere else but it doesn't work like there's too many layers of why you bring a player in to get rid of him.
All right, so the Dolphins at 15 sacks at 21st. If you add those 5.5, that puts them at 20.5, which would put them about middle of the pack.
That's it. If the worst that you are at any one portion of your game is middle of the pack, you got a pretty damn good team.
Yeah, it would actually put them right ahead of Cleveland.
Now, where do they stand running the football?
Rushing yards this year?
Yeah.
That's what you want next?
Yeah.
Right. Most.
He's really we're putting you through this now.
I'm just telling you, this is how you figure stuff out.
I better get it, otherwise it's gonna go to Zach Go.
If you want to understand why they make certain moves, then this is how you do it.
Right now, Dolphins are.
There's not a number next to it, dude.
No, there's not actually. It's kind of annoying.
It's what?
27.
27. Add those 460 yards. Does that move into the middle of the pack?
470 yards.
Just add 500 to make it.
Yeah, actually, it would.
Right. So there you go. If you take,
it would make them top 10.
If you take the two glaring deficiencies on this team, and you bring in,
is that bro science though? Are we allowed to do that?
Why not? You got a minus Chase Edmonds yards or something like that.
It ain't much.
But no, I'm just saying this is why you and it's bro science from this standpoint. Yeah, I know you can't just add the yards, but what I'm saying is this: those players' numbers and their abilities move you up that list instead of trying to, do the same things better. Sometimes maybe this was where the running game was going to top out, right? Now you have a 1-2 punch in Mostert and was it Wilson Jr.?
Yes.
They just brought from San Francisco.
Yes. Yep.
So now you have a 1-2 punch with two guys that are familiar with the offense.
Yep.
And
coaching guys.
Right. And then you go with, you're not getting any pressure on the edges. So you bring a guy in, right? And so like
you you got the 5 fighting McCochins. All right. You got Mostert. You got Jeff Wilson Jr. You got Craycraft. You got Trent Sherfield, and you got the fullback Ingold.
Right. There you go. So from that standpoint, what they've done is they've made 2 significant moves to improve the areas of football that they were deficient or not necessarily where they would like to be.
Texter writes in, you guys can text us at 305-567-0560 on the Kendall Toyota text line. Bradley Chubb, also the brother of Brandon Jones' wife. So, yeah, he's Brandon Jones' brother-in-law. Weird.
Brandon Jones that plays here?
Yeah. Yes, his wife on Instagram yesterday was like super happy. She goes, my brother's going to be playing out here. Yeah. It's adorable.
Wow.
Weird, right?
Yeah.
That is weird.
Small world.
Small world.
Well, that kind of happened to me once.
What do you mean?
Like when I was in college, we all had our little clique and we had like these maybe 5 or 6 girls. We just all hung out, watch movies, stuff like that. I don't think any of them were dating anybody, or it was just kind of, one of those things. And she married a guy on my team when I was in Cleveland. He thought it was awkward that we knew each other really well. But I said, hey, no.
Prem Annex says, who's the odd man out of the rotation? Von Ginks? I don't know. Von Ginkel's all over the place.
No,
dude. I don't think you can take him out.
I don't think you take him out. I
feel like, you know what I feel like? I feel like Melvin Ingram's going to be like more of a specialist, even more than he was. Because like I feel like he's really, remember, he won AFC Defensive Player of the Month.
Wow. Yeah,
I think they are trying to have a good enough rotation with guys like Ingram that at the end of the game, he's not just exhausted. Because let's look, he don't have a body by Jake, even though he gets things done, right?
Yeah,
right?
So you want him fresher.
And that little bitty ass number is not helping his cause at all.
You think he should go with you think he should go with 66?
It looks like a thumbnail on his back.
I don't
because the number is so little, right? It's like when you see in college, when you see those fat ass linemen with the shirt rolled up and a big old belly and it's number 3. Like, dude, no. You don't get number 3.
For some reason, I'm okay with Jalen. Probably because it's 2 digits. I like Jalen Phillips 15. I feel like that fits. Maybe it's also because it was his college number. And
because he's like a race car, right? Like he's built like that. He's built like a 15.
Yeah. Guy says Chubb brother-in-law is fake news. They are very close, like family. Brandon Jones' wife tweeted to dispute the report. What an odd thing that you have to dispute. Why would anybody make that up? It's so strange.
Oh, so they're not.
No, apparently they're just close friends of the family, but they're not family.
All
right. Strange thing.
I do that though. I have
an odd thing to make up.
I have cousins that I used to babysit with, and their dad was like my brother, and they call me Uncle Leroy, but technically we're not. That's my cousins, because my mom's brother and everything. So.
Chris Grier is expected to speak this hour, as is Mike.
Oh, now he's speaking. He's speaking. Oh, wait. As Tobin would say, dude, he's speaking.
We'll take a quick break. Back after this.